Hey, hey, hey. We have returned. Um, we are going to be let me stop Nightreign. We are going to be starting this video with a little bit of, I'm not going to say commentary. It's definitely not a reaction, but kind of just my thoughts on Nightreign after I have played 113. I thought I only had 100. I have 113 hours in this game. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, but after over 100 hours in this game, just kind of what are my thoughts? And would I recommend this game for the broader audience? Here, I'm going to get rid of this little white bar at the bottom of my screen, just so you guys don't have to stare at that. Can I get rid of that? Here, if I just like scooch up, sometimes that fixes it. I'm massive now, but that's whatever. I'm still shit. Okay. Yeah, I just platinumed Nightreign. I did most of this on stream. I have 113 hours. Every single achievement. And I'm just kind of going to give my thoughts on this game after I have completed all the content. If you just want the short and sweet answer, it's amazing. I have had a lot of enjoyment in this game through solo play, through playing with friends, and through playing with randoms. I have just had a blast playing this game. That is not to say it doesn't have its faults, but I'm saying that at least in the first 100 hours that I have, I greatly enjoy this game. One of the main complaints that I have seen a lot in Nightreign is that it doesn't it's an online game that doesn't have voice chat. For me, that's a nothing burger. Because if you're with your friends, you're just going to hop in Discord and fix that problem immediately. And with randoms, you don't really need voice chat. Like, you aren't, at no point in this game did I feel the need to like yell at somebody through the screen and be like, yo, dum dum, go do this. There are ways to convey what you want to say in game that don't require you to comment on someone's mother. And I do greatly appreciate that. The other big kind of negative side of this game is the lack of environmental differences. There are, of course, the shifting Earth events, but the core map stays the same. This one I can definitely see the argument against. After 100 hours, I basically have the map on lock. I know where all the bosses are going to spawn. I know where all the caves are. I know all the types of the castle. I know most things about this game. And sure, that definitely takes out some of the like initial exploring portion of it. But what that transfers really well into is kind of the challenge running side of things that I personally enjoy. I know a lot of people don't enjoy challenge running, but I personally do. And that kind of brings me into my next part of the game is the boss design and the bosses. And I'll just talk about the night bosses right now because all the other bosses are just in Elden Ring. For the night bosses, they're great. Truthfully, they're amazing. There are a couple where it's just like, yeah, I mean, sure, there's not a ton that happened. They're cinematic. For example, Augur. If you have a single Iron Eye, Augur becomes trivial. Or a Recluse or something. Just something to hit him out of the air. Caligo, if you have a single fire weapon, you're just gonna dog on him. Like, there are definitely some weaker bosses in this game, and if you're going into this game expecting every single night boss just to be like the absolute destroyer of booty cheeks, ender of worlds, this is not the game for you. Currently, they are releasing the new enhanced versions, which are more difficult, but if you're go into this game expecting a consort Radon level fight every single time. You're not going to get that, unfortunately. The true final boss, the Night Lord, is the most difficult boss so far throughout the two enhanced versions that I've seen, that being the enhanced Dark Drift Knight and enhanced Gaping Jaw. The final boss is still the most difficult, but that is not to say that he is inherently super difficult. Every single move that he has is fairly telegraphed, and just like most other bosses in the game, once you know the timings, you know the boss. Going in now, kind of transitioning into the multiplayer aspect once again. I have found that solo queue sometimes can be easier than playing with randoms. Mostly because they did just buff solo queue. So now you get the extra life for every day, and it is just much easier to survive in this game. And then again, you run into the issue of you can't verbally communicate with random queue, but you still can. It's just not, you aren't verbally communicating. You're just communicating through pins on a map. But would I recommend this game to other people? Yes, on the condition that you enjoy Souls games. If you go into this game and it's your first Souls game, I don't think you're going to enjoy it very much. I can see the argument for you enjoying it more because it is a friend-based experience, and maybe you have a friend who's really into Souls and you're not, and that friend is able to kind of hold your hand through it. And I could definitely see that argument. But my side of it is this is not really a Souls experience, just off pacing. Most Souls games are slower. They take more time to get through. I have a whole bed in my background, and they aren't this fast paced. You aren't fighting a boss every minute in Souls. In Elden Ring, sure, maybe you'll fight them 5 to 10 minutes apart, but you aren't fighting one every single minute. And I think that could definitely push a lot of people away from the Souls games in general. But if you are already a Souls fan, you like Neo, you like Bloodborne, you like Elden Ring, you would love this game. I'm trying to think of the last part that I wanted to talk about. Oh, the last part that I wanted to talk about was the RNG. So you are at the whims of RNGesus in this game. That's just kind of how it be sometimes. There is RNG. It is a roguelike. Yes. I have not many complaints, but I have seen some complaints about the RNG aspect of it. I think a lot of people, or not a lot, but I think some people anticipated this just being kind of like a smaller version of Elden Ring, with it being the same map over and over. It is not. You'll get different weapons each run. There'll be different bosses most of the time. And the world will differ in many different ways. Those are my thoughts on Nightreign. I do recommend this game. And if you think I skipped over anything, or you would like some clarification on one of my takes, I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, but my attention span is short. Just let me know. I will be happy to respond to that. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I hope that you do consider subscribing. It does help me out immensely. Thank you for your time. Okay, Twitch. We're back. I don't know if anyone was in Twitch in that time, but we are in fact back. I just needed to do that for a quick little YouTube video, because that's my monthly YouTube video. I'll need to make a thumbnail for that a little later, but that should be fine. I'm not super worried about that. So you hit the press live button and go like, just make a bunch of weird faces for thumbnail faces. Well, let's do it. Let's see if we have to carry half a health bar worth of enhanced Fulgur. I don't think we'll have to, but maybe. Maybe that's just how the cookie crumbles. I just watched Gino Macchino's full no-hit run for the Elden Ring DLC. That dude is just a machine. I've kind of known that. Wow, that loaded fast. I've kind of known that. I've known that Gino is just a machine. I mean, it's in his name. But that dude is just insane. The hardest challenge run I've ever done is literally with a summon. Purely because of Fire Giant. But whatever. Lack of internet connectivity. Did I crash or something? That'd be really sad if I crashed. Dude, nerds, sponsor me. You don't even need to pay me money, just pay me in these things. Let's see what's on. Corn syrup and sugar tied for number 1. Red 40! Oh, dude, I'm Red 40 maxing. Let's go. There's Red 40 and Red 40 Lake? Dude. I'm just the GOAT. I mean, there's a bunch of other colors in here, but Red 40 is like the stereotypical bad one. These are made by Ferrera? I did not know that, actually. This is 42% of your daily sugars comes from this. What? No, not this. 1 serving of this, which is 16 pieces. There are 8 servings in this. I've eaten this in 1 serving before. So I've gotten 400% of my daily sugar in 1 thing. Okay, let's see if it starts online. It should. I see no reason why it wouldn't. Yeah, it was just being a little goofy.